NIGHTCAT Classic Tales is the part of the show where we go through some traumatizing things that have happened in my life, and I do it all for your amusement. Sorry I didn't pick up the Harry Potter toys. I'm gonna check in on the caterpillar cam at the end of this segment, and you'll see why I couldn't move or disturb them. I'm so excited. There's a caterpillar surprise coming up very soon. But until then, let's talk about some trauma. This happened in 2009. I was working door-to-door sales in California, Southern California, and I was so excited because I was out on my own. I had just graduated high school, and it was my first time independently living in an apartment. I have my own job, and it was horrible. It was horrible. Oh man, anyone thinking about door-to-door sales, I would not recommend it. It is hard work and nobody wants you there, buddy. It is not very fun. I sucked at it. I did not make a lot of money. But there was one thing that happened to me that I think is worth reliving a little bit. Okay. One time I was knocking doors with a buddy of mine, and we split off in half, and he was going to do one neighborhood, I was going to do the other. We were going to meet in the middle for lunch. And I go to pick him up, and I have to pee so bad, but we're about to go to lunch, so it's not the end of the world, right? And I'm like, where you at, buddy? I gotta go. And he goes, I'm in with a sale right now. I just got a sale. I'm so excited. Hang out for a second. I'm sorry. And I was like, oh God, I'm gonna pee. But I know that if I drive away, he's gonna come right out that door. I'm gonna have to turn right around and pick him up. So I'm just gonna wait. And I waited. And 20 minutes goes by. And 30 minutes goes by. And it gets so bad that I can feel it like in my ears. I can feel pee up in my ears. It is just time to do something about it. And I'm like, I can't knock on a door. No one in California is going to let you into their house. And anybody who's stupid enough to do that one time usually isn't stupid enough to let a stranger into their house a second time. So that was not going to happen. And again, if I drove away, I was just going to have to turn around, which is going to make it even longer before I can pee. So I found a bottle because I didn't want to pee in someone's yard. I didn't want to go to jail. So I found a Powerade bottle. And here's the thing, I had never peed in a bottle because I'm a redneck, and where we're from, if you need to pee, just anywhere outside is fine. So like the idea of using a bottle to pee in for whatever reason is so ridiculous. If you gotta pee, we'll just pull off to the side of the road, pee, and get back in the car. No peeing in bottles, so I had never done this before. And I was unaware that you are not supposed to fully insert it into the bottle, because here's what ends up happening. It's now completely blocking off any airflow into that mouth of that bottle. So I start to pee, and what should happen is the pee should be replacing the air and the air should be escaping, but there's nowhere for the air to go. So I just feel the pee getting pushed right back up into my body, and it hurt so bad. It felt like I was getting stabbed in the dinkle. It was horrifying. And I scream and I pull the bottle off and I just pee all over the dashboard and all over the steering wheel and the windshield and on the roof. I peed everywhere. It was all over the place. And I'm just like, well, I could just light my car on fire and go home. I think I could do that. I think that no one would question it if it was a burning car on the side of the street in California. That would just be another day. But I didn't. I looked around. The only thing that was absorbent in the car was a hat that some girl I had met at a club had left behind in my seat when I gave her a ride home. So I pick up this poor girl's hat and I was like, well, I'm never talking to her again. And I wiped down all the pee that I can, and it had to have smelled like pee. It had to have. But my buddy got in the car. He's like, oh, I'm starving. Let's go. And he didn't say a word about it. So if you did notice, buddy, thank you for not bringing it up. And if you didn't, I'm sorry I didn't tell you until now. But that's the time I tried to pee in a bottle, and I basically got Cotton Eye Joe'd in response.